All right, so this portion of it is about drawing from your inner strength and not allowing yourself to be weakened. Like I said, yesterday I was standing at a grocery store, and on the way back, I had this big old bag that I always carry. Not necessarily always carry. I have the rolling cart sometimes, which I have today, and I roll it on my rolling cart. But and it's very handy. I put everything in it. But so I was coming back from the grocery store, and there's a shuttle that runs around that's free. So I decided I was gonna go on and get on the shuttle because I was like just in time for it. Shuttle passes me by. Hey, with all my stuff. The guy keeps on going, doesn't even slow down, attempts to show that he's acknowledging that I'm trying to catch the shuttle. So, there's two men that's leaving, and like I said, chivalry is dead. Instead of anybody trying to help me, they kind of look off into space like they don't see anything so that they can laugh and talk about it later on. The people in the store are laughing at me. So, of course, that makes me even a little more upset. Not really upset, but yeah. So, there's like a Hispanic lady that comes out very slim. She has like 5 or 6 bags and this bicycle. And I was thinking, where's she going with the bicycle? But what she explained to me, after speaking to her and being around her for a little bit, was that she woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and she spoke very little English. She woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to her job, and we're standing like on 95 in Hollandale, well near there. She woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to her job at 72nd and Collins. She rode her bike there. After her job on 72nd and Collins, she takes her bike and rides all the way over to Sterling to go to her second job. Then she goes to the grocery store, picks up her groceries, and rides her back all the way down to US 1 again. And, here I am standing and pouting, no job, looking for a job, but standing and pouting in front of a grocery store. My feelings are hurt because a free community bus decided to ignore me, and people are laughing at me. So it tells you a lot about the human spirit. And then another job, I need to brush my teeth, y'all. I got like stuff on my teeth. But another job that I went to today, the lady was telling me, and she was so humble. She was like the regional director, and she was so humble. She was telling me how, she started out as a crew member, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. So you know what kind of job it is. But, and, they always have those stories. And she was telling me all this. And I was just like, wow, you really have to humble yourself. And I was telling her about the show that I watched where, Undercover Boss or whatever, where like the big owner or whatever comes and he pretends to be just a regular person. And I thought she would really fit in with that. Now, she was a really nice lady. Like the person that actually was the manager of that store, I don't think they liked me because when I walked in the first in the morning, I wasn't even looking for a job. I was passing through to go to my interview. And as soon as I walked in, she just whipped around, then whipped back. And it was just like, she did not like me. So, I said, well, I'll wait and come back later. You could just feel it. And so when I came back, you know, she really didn't want to talk to me. The regional manager did. And then it came out that, she was just like, oh, so you're trying to take my job and this. I was like, oh, no, I'm happy just being, you know what I'm saying? And you know what kind of job this is, a crew member, I wouldn't mind, learning and knowing as much as you do so that I can be a better help. But, most definitely not. And that's what somebody else said, at a job that I was at before, that, those people hated me because as soon as I walked through the door, I carried myself better, I spoke better than they did, which is no more some kind of ghetto fight now, but, and it turned them off. It made them hate me, and this woman, she was honest enough to say, this is the reason. She didn't say this is the reason, but she was like, are you trying to take my job? So you trying to take my job, whatever. And I was like, no, not at all. And being that I'm so open and honest and real, perhaps I should have just told her, look, a lot of times, I am a single woman. I've been raised a little bit differently than most. A lot of times people, I've been in a lot of situations where I've been attacked and so forth because people think that, I'm, I'm ambitious, but not in a way that I'm going to try to hurt someone else, you know. I stay in my corner because it doesn't take a lot. And even when I was younger, I knew that, for me, I should always be able to support myself because it doesn't take a lot. It's just me. I don't have a thing where pride where I have to feel like I have to have the best job or the top job. You know, just as long as I'm able to, keep a little cubby hole over my head, I'm fine. It's not all of that for me. My job, I work for God first. My job is to love you and care about you and make sure that you're okay. But sometimes it's hard to do because people have been experienced by backstabbers in this world so much that you trying to care for them comes, they're very leery. And, now that I've been in a situation, like I said, where I was falsely accused, convicted, and had to go through all that stuff, now that I've been through that situation, I understand that because, like, the lady that was helping me out by allowing me to quote-unquote housekeep for her, when she was telling me, about this and, oh, I can come work, I was like, oh, you're going to pay me, right? And of course, her experience is like, why would I not pay you, But I've had experiences where I've had legitimate employers not pay me. So that was the question. So to her, someone that's trying to care and help me out, that seems a little offensive, you know. And then on top of that, there were just other things like I was thanking her, for not treating me like a slave. She was like, why would I do that? And there's some places, like I said, that I've been where I've been treated like a dog, you know. So when you say those things to people that have no reason to, have never experienced that anybody would do anything like that, it's offensive to them. It's offensive. They take offense to it. So I mean, so that's kind of, I really need to brush my teeth because you feel like you have stuff in between your teeth. But so that's that. Some of the other feelings that I had, I'm gonna have to look at it. But those were the main ones that I could remember because the mall brought back a lot. Walking down US 1 or Biscayne, whatever it's called, that brought back a lot too. Um, also when I was in the bathroom at Aventura, there was like this lady. It was me and this other African American lady, and she was kind of heavy set. She was not bad looking, but she was heavy set, and she had a real strong smell. And it wasn't like pungent like in a bad way, but it was a strong woman's body odor, and and I remember like, oh my God, I couldn't take it. When I walked in the bathroom, the big bathroom stunk. And it just reminded me of how when I was out there, perhaps the same thing, people would look at me and be like, oh, she's okay. And then I would walk past and maybe it was the same thing, like, whoa, I mean, but what do you do? So that was something that got to me. I talked about the neglected housewife. And then the feeling wishing I was safe and secure. This is the thing that got to me too, because as I walked through the mall, even with my huge bag in an upscale mall, with my huge shopping cart wheels, I fit in. I mean, just, you know, I fit in. I mean, I didn't look out of place. And the sad thing about it is that, I could have very well, been, and this is not something to me that's an honorable thing because I can't see myself ever being somebody's wife or somebody's girlfriend. I can't see that at all. But, I could have very well been someone that had a condo somewhere, you know, and, maybe had a okay job or, God forbid, somebody's lonely housewife or whatever. But, I can't ever, I can't. And the sad thing about it was that I'm not. I'm a 40-year-old woman without a job that's fighting to maintain. But is it really sad or is it a good thing? Maybe it's a good thing because it shows how strong my spirit is. Um, what else do I have down here? I already talked about that. Oh, and then, like going through the interview process, I'm interviewing with these small companies and their husband and wife teams, and they seem to be doing okay. But then when I look at the women that are involved, the women are, like, it's always one person's attractive and one person's ugly. Like the one I went to today, the woman was fairly attractive. The man, I was like, how in the world, I couldn't do that. But then I've been with an ugly man before and got nothing from it. So, and then I seen one where the female was just like, oh, and the guy was, he was pretty decent. So, but they're doing okay. So, speaking about couples, but I mean, what do you sacrifice? what what made it so that you were able to be successful like that? You know, did your family have money? What did your family do to get that money? You know, so you know, there's always a catch-22. There's always something. Um, and then like on the way back, you know, as you know, my hair is natural. It's like I'm thinking to myself, oh, it's like 50 degrees outside, and then it's starting to rain. I don't have an umbrella. My feet hurt. I'm tired. I'm rolling this big old cart. And actually, it's not big because you know I've had big old cars. This is, you know, all right. So, and then the feeling too when I walked into the mall, like I walked to the part where the movie theater was, and I didn't know that's where it was. Ironically, I was thinking about the movies, and there it is right there, and I'm like, you know, I would really love for just to have this situation where I had my car parked outside, and I was just going in to watch a movie, and then I'm going home to my condo and just relaxing. But you know, that's not the case at all. You know, the case is that I just walked like 10 miles to drop off some items, and I will be walking 10 miles back the way I came. You know, and there will be no movies. There will be no shopping, you know, unless I'm going to buy some groceries, and that's about it, you know. Um, so there was a lot of different feelings. I don't remember every single thing, but those were just the memories that were brought back to me. Um, so that was it. So I stopped here actually, you know, I said to, because I would enjoy the outdoors, which I do, but I had to go to the bathroom. And I guess eventually I have to head back to where I lay my head at night. You know, I wouldn't mind like laying my head right out here and staying out here, but I guess, you know, there's laws against that or something. Because it's a nice night. I really wouldn't mind doing that. You know, and if it was a little warmer, I wouldn't mind, you know, going hanging out at the beach or something. But and I even thought about going home, dropping off my stuff, and then coming back out. And that's the other thing that kind of got to me a little bit because um, I think I'm a beautiful person inside and out, and it's just like, but I have, it's like duality because I have the realization that everything in life is exactly the way that it's supposed to be. Um, but you know, part of me wants to have that life that is, part of me wants to have that life that is advertised. It's what's supposed to be your life if you're an attractive person, if you're an intelligent person, you know. But I guess the good part of it is that the reality is that, you know, I understand that it's not given, especially if you're a good person, because you're not going to go along with whatever it takes for people to have that belief about you. You know, I'll be the first one to tell you I don't have anything. I'll be the first one to tell you, I mean, honestly, you know, whatever is honest, I'll be the first one to say it, you know. And the thing that I like about my growing older and the wisdom portion of it is that, you know, I now know that, you know, there are people that don't know anything, don't want to know anything, and it doesn't matter. So I know that not to put so much credence in others, that, you know, if I see that my moral values are good enough, if I see that their values are not in adherence with mine, just to let it go. You know, if it takes more than 5 minutes to do anything, it's not worth it. You know, either it's gonna work or it's not. Speaking on that, so the job thing for tomorrow, I really don't know because, like I said, I know that woman does not like me because as soon as I walked in, there was just like this brittleness, and even the second time it was the same. The regional person came and talked to me, you know. So again, it's about getting around the right people. You know, maybe the lower level is not where I need to be. You know, and these people that I interviewed with for that accounting job, you know, you know, like I said, I could have BS'd it, but well, actually I couldn't because it's not in my spirit to do that. But the thing is, you know, I feel like I need to, when they showed me the whole chart of accounts and everything, I should have been able to just put it all together and just made it beautiful, you know, just like that. You know, it shouldn't take me, I shouldn't have to examine anything. It should be just like that, you know. So I need to brush up, you know, because I want to be, you know, because like for me, whatever I do, I proclaim myself to be the best at it. And if I'm not the best at it, to me, I don't need to be doing it. So I told them honestly, you know, I don't want to waste your time. You know, it shouldn't take me more than 5 seconds to look at this, you know, and give you a response. you know. And I kind of feel bad because they probably had people coming in all day long, and they were so gracious to every single one. And, you know, he told me, well, you know, 2 weeks, you know, if this position is still open, come back. You know, so all I have to do is hit that grind. But anyways, my time is up. I am going to go back to where I lay my head. Have a good night.